today what I want to talk to you about is the secrets of successful people. And a lot of the time when we see somebody who is really, really successful online, they're killing it, they have hundreds of thousands of followers, they're making all this money, they're traveling the world, it's so easy from the outside looking in to think, oh, well, they must have it easy, or everything probably fell into their lap, or they're so lucky and I wish that I could have that kind of life. And one big secret of successful people that most people aren't really talking about, but I really, really want you to know, and I really, really want you to understand, is that successful people do not strive to stay comfortable. They don't stay comfortable. They know that they need to get outside of that comfort zone and do some things that are going to make them uncomfortable so that they can be comfortable for the long term. And this is a big thing, because when you're first starting out, that's usually when it's the scariest. That's when you're completely going off of faith and hope and the vision that you have in your mind, but there's literally no clues of success. There's literally no clues of how it's going to work out. So I've interviewed, met, talked to hundreds of successful people, especially successful female entrepreneurs. And it was a big reason why I started Yes Supply. I wanted to know, what is the difference between regular people like me when I was still working my 9-to-5 or still working my retail job? It's like, what is the difference between me and my friends who are creative and talented and can do so much but feel stuck? What is the difference between us and the people who have gone to travel the world or are doing public speaking or have these incredible blogs or have these incredible social media platforms? And the big thing, the big difference is that they are not trying to stay comfortable. They know that in order to see the success that they want, to see the outcome that they want, to see the income that they want, they need to get out of their comfort zone. The beautiful thing is when you get outside of your comfort zone, you explore, you try new things, you follow your curiosity, you take action. That thing that used to be really scary and that thing that used to be really overwhelming suddenly becomes comfortable, suddenly becomes second nature, suddenly becomes a habit. And we all know that success is formed from habit. Success is not just a one-time thing. It's not like winning the lottery, you just do it once and all of a sudden you're a millionaire. The most successful people have turned the things that make them successful into habits. They do them every day, and that's why it looks easy to them. The first time they did it, it wasn't easy. So two people who I really, really look up to, obviously Oprah, and anyone who knows me knows I'm also obsessed with Bob Proctor. And these people wake up at 5 a.m. And now it's so funny because people who are starting off before they started a business or before they've made all their money, they think, oh, I can't wait to start a business so I can sleep all day and do nothing and have extended vacations. And like, look at these people who are absolutely killing it, worth millions and billions of dollars. They wake up at 5 a.m. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not comfortable. I don't care who you are, but they're not always looking for ways to do less. They're not always looking for ways to cut corners. They see it like, I'm living this one life and I have this big vision for what I want to create. I have this big vision for the way that I want to help and impact people. I have a specific way of looking at the world. I have a specific story. So F doing less, screw being lazy, screw watching Netflix all day. I want to do stuff that's uncomfortable. I want to play. I want to create what I wish existed. And that's what they do. They have a vision. And they know that it's up to them to create the momentum needed to get the ball rolling. Now, of course, they don't do it all on their own. They all have huge teams. And you'll notice that with successful people, once they get the ball rolling, once they get the momentum going, they learn how to delegate, they learn how to automate, they learn how to systemize so that they can do more in less time. But they realize, especially trailblazers like this, they realize that there is no one roadmap. There is no one key to success. There is no one perfect course that you're going to buy that's going to show you exactly how to do every single little thing. In everything that you do, you're going to have to take inspiration, take your ideas, learn as you go, and make it yours. And yes, that's going to be uncomfortable because it's going to be the first time that you've ever done it, and there's going to be a risk that it might not work out as easily or as perfectly as you want it to. The benefit is that there is no such thing as failure, only feedback. There is no such thing as failure, only feedback. So if you launch that course or you do that thing and it doesn't work out the first time, that doesn't mean it's all over and you throw in the towel. And if you look at successful people, they've all had their ups and downs. Oprah has been fired from news stations, right? People have had their name or whatever dragged through the mud. And the more you get more successful, the more people hate on you or whatever. There is ups and downs at every point of the journey. So don't expect it to be a walk in the park. Don't expect it to all be sunshine and butterflies. They realize that every time that there's a downflow, every time that there's a roadblock, every time that there's an obstacle, that's a learning opportunity. Never look at failure as the reason why you should give up or never do it again. See it as a learning opportunity. See this beautiful life that you live as a game, right? Stop taking it so seriously and worrying about people laughing. You see, well, you know what? It's a game. I'm just going to keep playing, and I'm going to play to win. And I'm going to see what I learn along the way. I'm always collecting feedback. I'm always looking at my past week and my past month. I'm always writing accomplishment lists, and I'm always looking at ways that I can learn. I'm always taking feedback from my audience, right? So when I started Yes Apply, I didn't know anything about launching a membership site. I didn't know anything about the coaching industry. All I had was my vision. All I knew is that there was way too many creative, talented people out there that had big, huge dreams and didn't know how to get started. And that was the problem that I wanted to solve. And I started slow, and I started with a blog, and I built on that. And I would not have known how to get to where I am right now if I hadn't just taken that first step. So the secret is not being comfortable and playing small. The secret is getting bigger than your dreams. Seeing that, yes, seeing that vision, and knowing that, yes, it might feel a little uncomfortable now, but after I do it, I'm going to know what I'm made of. So don't aim for comfortable. Successful people do not aim for comfortable. Successful people aim to create what they wish existed. Successful people aim to play big. Successful people aim to get out of their comfort zone and have fun. And because of the journey that I've taken, and because of all the ups and downs that I've gone through, I get to live the life that I want. I get to create ultimate freedom in my business. I get to work with customers and clients who I absolutely love and I'm obsessed with. And also, as a side note of it, I've gotten to meet incredible friends and new people in my life that I never would have connected with if I was still living in that old paradigm, right? Because again, living in that old place where you're not getting out of your comfort zone, you are surrounded by other people who are not getting out of their comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone, take it to the next level, and see the incredible people who are doing big things, who inspire you every day, who are so smart and strategic and just want to see you succeed, because A players want to be surrounded by A players. People who are absolutely killing it want their friends and their people around them to succeed, and they'll help you, and they'll give you ideas, and they'll support you in your launches, and they'll do whatever they can because they know what's possible when you have a community around you and you have people who want to take care of you and be part of your vision with you and see the big things that you are capable of and believe in your potential. So I really just wanted to share this with you today. If you're feeling like you're staying stuck in your comfort zone, I want you to know that for me, I had to do big things to get out of my comfort zone. I had to do live streams or public speaking or writing a blog post, and just being so afraid to press that live button or press that publish button. I planned retreats in countries that I had never visited before, and events in cities that I had never been to before. And there was no guarantee that anything was going to work out, but my vision for it and my love for it and my excitement about the potential was what kept me going. And so as you're going through this, do not expect to know the end result. Do not expect to know the end outcome. Just focus on that solution that you want to create. Focus on that beautiful vision that you see in your mind. And as long as you stay focused on the solution rather than the problem, you'll be able to make it happen. Don't focus on being comfortable, because if you stay in that comfort zone, tomorrow is going to look the same as next week, is going to look the same as next month, is going to look the same as next year. Once you start doing things differently, that's when your life starts to become different too, and it's only an uphill climb. It's only up from here. I 100% believe in you guys. I know that you can create big, incredible things. If you're somebody who wants to start your own business, you kind of know your purpose, or you're trying to figure out your purpose, or you know your passion, but you're not quite sure how to monetize it, go check out my free 5-day course. It's called the 5 C's of creating consistent income in your business. And you can find it at yessupply.co/5C. And this month, I'm really focusing on people who want to create a membership site. So for me, creating a membership site allowed me to create thousands of dollars in passive income, and also gave me the stability of income and passive income that allowed me to be able to plan to leave my job, be able to know how much money I was going to make every month so I could keep that going and going and going. And I created a business model where I was no longer trading time for money, but instead trading value for money by being able to put my best content in a membership portal that my members could sign up for, access at any time, and see great results from going through that. So if that's something that's interesting to you, if you've always wanted to create a membership site but you don't really know where to start, or the techie things are holding you back, sign up for my free checklist. You'll find it at yessupply.co/membership checklist, and it walks you step by step what to do to start your membership site. And I've even included a few links in there for tools and software that I've used to launch my own membership site. I put a lot of work into it. I'm getting really great feedback from the checklist, and I know that you'll love it as well, especially if you're somebody who's wondered, how do I add passive income or scalable income to my coaching business? How do I create more and be able to service more people? And maybe how do I service those people who have wanted to sign up for my coaching but haven't been able to pay for it at this time, and giving them a lower price point offering, so you're still staying on their radar, they're still getting a taste of how incredible you are and how incredible your content is, and then when they're ready, you're on their radar and you're able to sell them your high-level coaching packages. So sign up for that. That's at yessupply.co/membership checklist. I hope you love it. I'm going to see if there's any questions in here. This is Harry from Polk Management. Hi. Nisha says, one of my biggest problems is stepping outside of the box. And definitely, I totally understand stepping outside of the box can be scary. The thing is that fear is always going to be there until you do it. So a lot of people think, oh, I need confidence. Let me read a book on confidence, or let me read an article on confidence. You can read and research all you want on confidence. Nothing is going to change until you just do it, until you just step through it, until you just make it happen. My idol, Bob Proctor, calls this the terror barrier. So a lot of people will stay stuck because they're on the other side of the terror barrier. So I always think of the terror barrier as like this ceiling, right? Almost like this glass ceiling. And so you're there, it's invisible, but something is just keeping you from breaking through it. You don't know what it is. But the magic is, once you break through it, you're standing on top of it and you're looking down and you're like, why was I so afraid of that? Why was I holding myself back from it so long? You're standing on top of it now, and you see that those problems and those issues that used to be really scary for you, suddenly they're small. Suddenly you're able to stand on top of them and look down at them and realize, why was that such a big deal? We all have experiences like that when you're maybe fighting with an ex, or fighting with an old friend, or applying for a job and you got it, and you think back to how afraid you were a few years ago, and you're like, why was I so afraid? Or why did I make that such a big thing in my life that's so small, that's so puny to me now? When you were going through it, it seemed huge. That is going to continue to happen at every single step in your life, at every single paradigm, and it's up to you to just break through it. Our bodies are naturally going to put us in a state of fear whenever we approach something new. That's just a survival instinct, because your body wants to keep you alive, and it thinks that the threat that you're facing is like a bear or a lion or something from years and years ago, when people had to live in the jungle and the forest and fight off real threats like that. The threats that we have to deal with right now are like a troll on our YouTube channel, or someone not texting us back. But your body can't differentiate between the two different types of stress. So it feels like you putting yourself out there and no one responding is the same amount of threat as a bear chasing you back to your hut or something like that, right? So really understand that the fear that you're feeling in your body, that's just your body trying to keep you safe. That fear is not based on logic. That fear is not based on your potential. There's no reason why, just because you've never done something before, means that you can't do it ever. The fact that you haven't done it before gives you even more reason to see if you can do it and learn along the way. And you'll be surrounded by people who can give you advice, help you, support you, so that you can get there. And it's just up to you to try, ask questions, figure out your vision, figure out the goal that you want to create. And honestly, girl, you can 100% make it happen. Just take that first step. Know that it's going to feel uncomfortable. And if it feels uncomfortable, that's probably a sign that it's what you're meant to do. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Thank you so much for joining. If you know anyone who needs to hear this message, so maybe you have a friend or a family member that's been wanting to start a business, hit the share button, share this with as many people as you can. I'm really on a mission to help as many people as possible create their yes in life. I see way too many creative, smart, talented people who have big ideas but are just so afraid to take that first step. And it really just starts off with taking that first step through that little bit of fear, through that little bit of uncomfortableness, to realize that, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. I totally got this. And you're surrounded by a supportive community of people who want to help you, want to support you, and want to see you create your yes. So if you have any questions for me, you can email me at hello@yessupply.co or leave me a DM or a message right here, and make sure you hit the like and follow button, and please share. I really, really appreciate it, guys. So I will be back tomorrow to share more advice. I'll be answering a question from one of the members of my collective. If you're interested in learning more about the collective, you can learn more about that at yessupply.co/collective. But I love you guys so much. Only take yes for an answer, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.